What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I've got 3 announcements I want to talk about today, so we're going to dive right in. And I want to start with the first, which is the big announcement from Sony today about the latest addition to the A7 series of cameras. It seems like Sony has a camera a month that they introduce, but the latest edition is going to be the A7s II. Now, I have an A7S, and I absolutely love this camera. I've used the A7S for a little over a year now. I use it mostly for video, but I love the fact that this is designed for video. It deals very well with low light, so you can pretty much put it in any lighting situation, and the image quality is fantastic. However, there are some improvements that are definitely in order for this, and it looks like Sony has addressed these. The most interesting is the ability to do internal 4K recording, which you can do on the A7R II, and now you can do it on the A7s II. The A7S will support it, but it does require an external recorder, which is a pain because you got to buy something else and then it's more to carry around. It's not really practical, but this will support internal 4K recording now. It is still a 12 megapixel camera, and the reason is it's designed to be a video camera. And if you think about it like this, HD video requires only 2 megapixels to produce. 4K requires only about 9, so you don't need a lot of megapixels when you're doing either format of video. So that's why they're using 12. There's a number of reasons why. The downsampling that the processor has to do inside the camera, it's a lot less work, and it is arguable, but the whole idea is fewer megapixels equals better performance in low light, and this is designed to perform very well in low light. Also new this time around is they have upgraded the algorithm on the Bions X processor. And according to the spec sheet, they say that it has more emphasis paid to the mid to high range of the exposure. And so what this basically means is still incredible detail and even lower noise than what they had before. Also new, if you use picture profiles, is the introduction of the S-Log3 profile. S-Log2, it was really a deal breaker on this camera because it enables you to get a higher dynamic range and then grade that footage in post-production later. And the S-Log3 is designed to do the same thing, and the way they say it on the spec sheet is it does make it even a little easier to grade your footage once you've got it with the S-Log3 profile. So combined with the new algorithm and the sensor, we're looking at 14 stops of light performance in the exposure, which is pretty incredible. The other thing that it's a little deal, but I'm actually kind of excited about it is, and I have not seen one of these yet, I have not had a chance to play with one, but on the A7s II, there has been a redesign of the actual body shape to make it form fit in your hand a little better. I love the A7S, but it does feel a little boxy at times, so I will be really interested to actually see what they've done to it. Same size, more or less, but they've redefined kind of the shape and the way it sits in your hand, which is very cool. Also, they have added 5-axis internal image stabilization, which means you can use internal image stabilization on old manual focus lenses, which is very cool as well. They have upgraded the OLED viewfinder, and they actually have another upgrade, which I think is kind of interesting. The batteries that Sony uses on these are just kind of okay. They're not stellar, they're not incredible. You do need to carry several around with you because they do go out after a little bit too short of a time. But they have enabled it now so the USB port will charge the camera, or charge the battery while the camera is in use. And I think that's actually kind of cool because if you're doing a longer shot or something where you really can't interrupt with a battery replacement, you can actually plug it into a USB port, use a brick power adapter for USB or your computer or whatever, and be able to power the camera via USB while you're recording, which is very cool. Of course, all we have right now in this camera is specs because Sony just made the announcement. Will I be upgrading? Most likely. The A7S is fantastic, but the A7s II looks like it has a few features that will be very welcome to have in this same form-fitting package. It will be available in November, and it will not be cheap. It is about $3,000 for the body, but it will be coming out soon, and I'm sure this will be one of the greatest Sony cameras for video made to date. The second thing I want to talk about is my buddy Matt Day. If you're not familiar with Matt, he is a wonderful photographer, lives in Ohio, and he has an incredible YouTube channel, and I will link that up in the show notes, so go check it out. Matt is doing a contest right now. He's celebrating a bit because he reached the 10,000 subscriber mark, and so he's put together a little package, and he's doing a competition right now on this. So I will link up to the video here, and I strongly recommend you guys go check that out and get involved. I donated a couple items to the big pool that is the prize on this, and so what you're going to do is submit some images, and if you win, it's a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to get some Ilford HP5 film. I put a Holga into the pot as well as some HP5 120 film. He's got some camera straps in there. There's an awesome bag from Think Tank and a bunch of other stuff too. And so go check out Matt's channel. Matt is a super cool guy, and I want to congratulate him on hitting his 10,000 subscriber mark. He's going to be amazing. 10,000 will be nothing compared to what we're talking about Matt one day. So anyway, go check him out. The third thing I want to talk to you guys about about today is a photo walk that is coming up. Now, some of you may know that Scott Kelby does these annual worldwide photo walks. And a gentleman by the name of Brian Anderson reached out to me, he lives in Dallas, and asked if I would be able to participate in one, and I told him I would. So I am the special guest walker. I do feel bad about this because I didn't announce it in the show early enough, and basically the invitation went up and there were 50 slots available and they filled up immediately. Now, there is a waiting list you can get on, and if you are interested in doing that and you want to join us on October 3rd in Dallas, you can go get on the waiting list. Brian and I have talked about it, and we really want to keep it at 50 people because I don't want it to be more than we can handle to the point where it's really not fun for people. So, but there's a waiting list and some spots may open up. Now, I will also be covering this on the show. We'll bring cameras and do a show around this too, so you guys won't be left out. But anyway, that's going to be on Saturday, October 3rd, and I will put the link to sign up for that in the show notes. That's about all I got for today, folks. I just wanted to make some announcements. We will have our regularly scheduled video back out on Sunday. My car is about to be repaired, and we finally got some progress on that, and thank you guys for being patient this week, as I didn't have a lot to put up, as my hands were pretty full dealing with that. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to like it and share it with your friends, and as always, subscribe to The Art of Photography so you'll always be up to date on all the latest and greatest videos that we do here. Until the next time, I'll see you later.